Hi folks, this is Richard Rodriguez from $1 Million Mindset. I wanted to share with you a few things that I've learned the other day. I was watching a video by Matt Hetzer, and he went over a whole bunch of different things. He went over the 7 rules of influence, and I kind of added one bonus at the end. So if you stay to the end, you're going to see that bonus, and this is going to help you out a lot. So stay tuned, I have them coming right up. Okay folks, what I'm going to do here is I am going to switch this over to the desktop so you can see what is happening and you can follow along. Number 1, champion your prospective buyer. And what I mean by that is something like, tell them I'm here to serve your interest, not to sell you something. I will be here for you if you have questions or you need advice. You're not alone in this. I'm by your side. Something like that. It helped me a lot when I was on commission. Because I knew my product very well, it helped me a lot better to be able to give that advice to people. So it pays to know what you're doing, to know your product, not just sell your product or know how much your product costs. And then if you say something like, I'm here to serve your interest and I'm here to help you, I'll be by your side, to actually mean it because you actually do know the product. Number 2, practice empathy and compassion. Unless there's trust, there's going to be no sale. You need to show empathy to the situation. Not just listen to them, but validate their plight. Say something like, I know your struggle. I know you're not living the life you want or planned, but this business that you're opening can help you get to the point where you do live the life that you planned and see the dreams come true that you've had since you were a child. Something like that. Again, remember, practice empathy and compassion. Number 3, practice steady clarity. Most people in the world are anxious and apprehensive deep down, right? Most people are acclimated to their 9 to 5, so they've lost their focus and they've lost sight of the dreams that they had and the goals that they had when they were a kid, right? So help them remember their goals by doing this and building trust. If you do this, you're going to build trust. So again, remember, you have to remind them of their future endeavors. I know when I was a kid, I had a goal and I've never met that goal. I'm in my 40s and I still haven't met that goal. Soon I will. My goal was to purchase a particular car that I really liked. I've owned many in my lifetime, but I will get there soon. So something like this is what I'm talking about. Practice steady clarity. Give them focus. Number 4, speak to their frustration. Most people are angry and frustrated because of the fails in the past and the false promises and the false claims. Number 4, speak to their frustration. Most people are angry and frustrated because in the past they've been given false promises and false claims. Speak to that frustration. Address it. Say, yes, I know that you've been told this before and you know you've been told that. Well, I'm not that person. This is a proven method. It's happened for many people. It's happened for me. And I want it to happen for you. I do completely understand you're not living the life that you thought you would be living at this time. I'm here to help you. Number 5, sell excellence, not average. The only people who settle for average are fearful people. I don't want to be average, do you? Something like that really works. You can say something like this. I've said this before when I was in sales. It helps out a lot. And it happens to be truthful. I wasn't just speaking because I was trying to make a sale. I was truthful. But I've been in this business for over 10 years. There's very little I haven't seen. I'm going to give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, if it doesn't fit your needs, then you go ahead and bring it back and I will give your money back. You can tell them something to that effect because that in itself builds trust. They have nothing to lose. Mention something like that. You have nothing to lose. I know we've never been in business together before. This is something that I am giving to you. If you don't like it, please feel free to come back. I'll be more than happy to give your money back. So stay tuned. We're almost there. Number 8's coming up. I'm going to give you that bonus. But let's go to number 6. Compel people with story. Tell them a story of an example of great salesmanship. For example, don't speak to how good the product is. Speak to why they need the product or why the other person needs the product. Because you're here to help them make sales or make their sales goal. Stay tuned. Number 8's coming up. We're almost there. Number 6, compel people with story. Tell them a story of great salesmanship. For example, don't speak to how good the product is. Speak to why they need the product. That's how you make sales. You don't tell them how good the product is. You tell them why they need the product, because the product's going to fit their niche. It's going to help them in their business, their online business, to get them to where they want to get. A good example would be something like Apple. Apple isn't always the best product. Apple makes great telephones, they make great tablets, they make great computers, but they're not the highest end in that market. If you look at the Apple iPhone, compare that to the flagship phone from most of the other companies that are high-end companies, you're going to see that it has less RAM, it has a slower processor, the screen's not quite as quality. They are number one. The reason why they sell so well is because Steve Jobs had a great marketing mind. I mean, the guy was a freaking phenomenal genius. He did very good at telling people, hey, we're not going to be the flashiest ones out there, but we are going to give you things that make your life easier and make things happen with less effort on your part to get to where you want to get. This iPhone is the easiest to use. This is going to be the least complicated phone that you've ever had. Put this in your pocket, pull that out of your pocket, hit the button, say hello, hang up. It's that easy. This is something that you want. And that innovation is what helped Apple become number one in the market. Which brings us to number 7. Build influence, then work on the sale. Building credibility, taking courses and such like that. That's how you learn about what you're talking about. You can't be a credible salesman unless you actually know your product. A lot of people out there don't know their product, and they're still actually successful not knowing their product. They know how to make the sale, they know how to talk it up, but they don't actually know the product. For me, and I think for you, you want to be knowledgeable in what you're talking about. You don't want to tell people, I can help you do this, I can help you do that, and not be able to deliver. If you're going to make those promises, you need to know the product. Whatever that product may be, there are courses. So take those courses to learn what you're trying to do, to learn what you're trying to sell. Which brings us to number 8. Stop being condescending. I know most people who are condescending don't mean to be condescending, but they are. People don't like to be talked down to, so stop doing it. Stop talking down to their inner child, but yet expecting them to be adults. Stop saying things such as this. Does that make sense to you? I don't know about you, but when I hear someone say, does that make sense to you? It sounds like they're talking to a 7-year-old child who just got scolded for doing something that they weren't supposed to do. You explain to that child why they weren't supposed to do it, to teach them a life lesson, and then you say, does that make sense to you? So stop being condescending. Don't say things like, do you understand what I just said? Because again, that's condescending. And I know I've seen many videos where people tend to say, does that make sense to you? So this is your bonus, number 8. Don't be condescending when you speak to people. Consciously remember, don't say things like that, and you're going to go far. So there you have it. That's all 7 rules and 1 additional bonus like I promised you. If you adhere to these things, no matter what the industry that you're trying to get into or what business you're trying to get into for sales, you can't go wrong. I saw this video by Matt Hetzer and I thought, wow, that would be a great video for me to make. It's a paid video that I got from him, but I'm giving it to you for free. I hope this is of value to you. If it is, please again give me that thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and click that little notification icon to be notified of any future videos that I make. Until next time, do you have that $1 million mindset?